Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the cabin out here at St. Bernard Acres. This is Friday, October 25th. How y'all are? Well, I hope everybody had a good week. This is it. It's finally over with. I get to be at St. Bernard Acres, so I know my week was good. I get to be at St. Bernard Acres, so I know I'm going to have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys do as well. I'm going to run a little footage here as I'm talking, just me working and not talking, which is kind of rare for me to do anything without talking. Y'all know that. But I stopped at Lowe's, got some 2x4s so I can do the cross ties in the ceiling, those rafter ties, collar ties, whatever the hell they're called. But so when I can get the installation done in the ceiling as well. Tomorrow's going to be installation day. I'm going to be running installation like crazy. Gail kind of is sore from work. She's not going to be out here doing installation with me. But it's not hard. It's going to be an easy job. I did get the whole building cleaned up. I mean, I have a table in there, a couple sawhorses, things I might need doing the installation, but that's it. All of the lumber's gone, all the tools are gone, hoses, extension cords. It is completely cleaned out. So I'll be able to actually work and just do insulation, not be tripping over stuff, you know what I mean? And that's where you got to work. Let's see, what else is happening out here this weekend? Not going to be much else. I haven't had any more medical episodes, no more, dizziness or anything like that. I'm just not taking the medication they told me. I'm taking my blood pressure medicine. That's it. Today, my blood pressure was 121/76. I can't get any better than that. And as I continue losing weight, even that dosage of lisinopril is going to drop. I'm not scared of having a stroke or having a heart attack, and that's what they try to do. You have to take this medicine because of your AFib. We don't want you to have a stroke. And it's like, but will this cure me? What's this going to do besides make me sick? And, it won't cure you. Well, then I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to put myself through that because I did it for 2 weeks and I was so sick and so many things were going wrong. Even fogginess was in my brain. I mean, I couldn't really think right. I couldn't talk right. That's too much. I'm not going to do that to myself. So I'll take it a little bit easier. Yeah, okay. But that's all I can do. I think just losing the weight and dropping the blood pressure, getting all that under control is as good as any medicine they give me. They give me the medicine so I don't have to lose weight or I don't have to worry about anything. I'd rather handle it myself. You know what I mean? I've talked about that before. I don't need their medicine to say, okay, you don't have to worry about anything now. Nah, that's not happening for Joe. But that's going to be the plan for the building. I might try to get some work done on the tractor. It's going to be in the 60s for highs. I mean, today turned out to be 70, but this morning it was 36. So it took it a while to hit 70. But, I'm glad I got everything cleaned up. I'm glad I got everything ready. Tomorrow, all I have to do is worry about starting some insulation. And once I get the walls done, then I'll figure out how I'm going to cut those things and get those installed so I can start working on the ceiling. Now, one thing I want to talk about. How crazy is Lowe's? This is the most insane thing. And nobody at Lowe's, I went into the store to talk to them about this. Nobody had a clue. Well, I guess if you buy it in bulk. Okay. That was their response. The 2x4s I picked up, $3.44 a piece. You don't get a military discount on lumber or electric anymore, so those days are gone. I told the guy that was working there that I would be embarrassed if I sold wood like I would be embarrassed to work there for selling wood that looked like that. But what are you going to do? That's what they get, you know. I mean, it's not his fault, obviously. But I need about 50 feet of 14-3 wire for a couple of three-way switches, you know, in the kitchen area. That's all I need. So I look at Lowe's, right? They have 14-3 wire. They have a 250-foot roll for $124. I will show you that ad right now. Okay, you see that? Just regular 14-3 Romex. That's all I need. There's 250 feet of it for $124. 50 cents a foot, basically, right? But I don't need a third of that, a fifth of that, right? So let me find a smaller roll. Well, the only other thing I could find was a 15-foot roll. Over 15 feet of it, they want $44. $45. I don't remember what it is. I'll show you the ad. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'm not looking at it. But it's like $3 or $4 a foot. If I bought 3 rolls of that, that would be 45 feet. For the same price, I get 250 feet. So I asked the lady, can you check and make sure this is right? Because I don't believe you guys priced this one quite right, you know? She goes, well, that's what it is. And I said, how can there be such a drastic difference in price? Well, I guess if you buy more of it. And I said, well, let's look at the 12-3 wire. Right? 12-3 wire. Look at the 250-foot roll. It's about 65 cents a foot. A 20-foot roll of that is 78 cents a foot. That makes a whole lot more sense that, you know, if you buy a smaller roll, you mark it up a little bit, right? Not like that. But nobody was willing to say, oh, well, we'll fix that, you know. So I think what I'm going to do, I only need the third wire. I don't know if I should do this or not. But I've got a whole bunch of 14-2 left over. And I might just pull out, you know, one of the wires in that. I just need the traveler is all I need to do the three-way switches. You know, I may just do that. Pull the wire out of the Romex and use the single wire to go through the box. It'll still be sheathed, and it'll be white instead of red, but I can put red tape on each end of it so I know which wire I'm dealing with in the box. But yeah, that's how crazy Lowe's is. And if you don't watch what you're doing, that's what they'll get away with. That's the bad thing. What else is happening? There's not going to be a whole lot. I got a new book to read. I finished Chancellorsville, Stephen Sears. Robert E. Lee's greatest victory in the Civil War. Great book, absolutely great book. And if somebody's a Civil War buff, a history buff like me, military history buff like me, definitely I recommend that particular book. The insight on all of the generals, I mean, it just was crazy. I've always had a fondness for Joe Hooker, a general with the South. But there's not a whole lot done on him. He got into quite a bit in this book, and I like that. But definitely, you know, worth reading. So I finished that one, and my buddy Tom said, I got one for you. You got to read this. He said, it's kind of funny, right? He only knows of two people besides, he's 72. He's the pilot. We're going to fly his helicopter to St. Bernard Acres one day. Because I got a place to land. That's going to be my new bug out vehicle, Tom's helicopter. But we're going to fly it out here and land at St. Bernard Acres. I have Alex or somebody videoing it. That'll be fun to go flying with him. But yeah, he said, you're one of two people I know that reads. No, I don't know anybody else that reads books. And I always have. I love books. I always have. So he said, read this one. It will piss you off, right? So that's what I'm going to read this weekend. The Final Analysis. I started it, and he's right. It'll piss you off as they get into the JFK assassination and the actual truth of what happened. So this is going to be a good read. I'm excited to work on it. And it's like, I love prepping. I love doing videos. I love this kind of stuff. But I also love other things. You have to do other things. Don't let this consume you. Don't let prepping consume you in your life, in your relationship. Don't let making videos, you sit around and beat yourself up trying to think of something to make a video of. Don't worry about it. Read. Go camping. Go out to dinner, do something. Not everything in your life has to be for YouTube. That's why you've seen, I take breaks from it. I'm like, I got nothing to say anyway. But, yeah, I again, if you're a reader, you like history, I recommend Chancellorsville. Great book. Absolutely. I think The Final Analysis is going to be a good one, too. I've been waiting for it. He told me he got it a while back. I'm like, okay. And he's been giving me snippets of it as we, as talking. It's like, finish the damn book, dude, so I can have it. Well, he finally gave it to me. Well, anyway, I'm about done there. So, it's not hard work. A lot of shit to clean up, but, it's just constantly getting ready for the next project. That's all. Tomorrow I'll shoot some video of hanging insulation, but I'm glad all the wiring's done now. I got Gail's coming out tomorrow, not to work, just to hang out. We're going to go get lunch up at this local restaurant. But Tom, one of my subscribers, thank you, Tom. Happy birthday, by the way. That was yesterday. Had sent me a bunch of LED lights. One of them is the big barn light that's hanging over the door of the barn. Well, he sent me smaller barn lights. And I'm going to see if I can make those work for the lights on the door, the outside lights for the doors. See if I can make that work so that everything matches, the barn and the house. The outside lighting matches. I'm going to see if we can do that. Because I went to Lowe's. Gail and I were at Lowe's yesterday. Everyone was picking up that lumber. And I was looking at outdoor lighting. I said, let's go ahead and get the lights for the two doors in the house. I'll go ahead and hang those, And I saw a little thing with the globes. I said, wait a minute. Tom sent me some of those. So if they're not too big, I'm going to use them. I think it'd be cool as hell. I can't hang them over the door because I don't have enough height. These are short buildings. So I can't hang it over, but I can put it off to the side maybe. I just have to see how that looks. And if it doesn't work, then I have to buy some outside lights. But I hope they work. That'd be cool if they all match. Let's see. Nothing else to speak of, really. I'm just going, like I said, I'm going to hang out here. We are seriously considering me just moving out here permanently. I can drive to Wheeling every 3 days, take a shower, do laundry, But then I'll be out here every day. I get a part-time job out here, or I can do more on my eBay, maybe do more videos and actually make $1 on YouTube. I don't know. But we're thinking about it. If I can figure out logistically how to do it, I'm going to move out here to the cabin. And that way, every day I can work on the house. It's not going to be just weekends. Now, the problem with working on the house every day is you got to have money every day to work on the house. You have to buy stuff to work on the house. So, therein lies the problem. But I'm trying to figure out ways to get around that. Anyway, that's about it. I'm glad y'all got to join me here on a Friday night. And let's see what the weekend holds. I might try to do a live stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try. We'll see how it all works out. But this is Joe out here at the cabin. I'm out, folks.